intriguing. I think as you think about where these teams are, both have a lot of new faces. The Indians probably a little more returning varsity starting talent. They've lost a couple of heartbreakers over the past week or so. 1 week ago in overtime to Pella. Indianola led by as much as 17 in that ball game. And then they lost the next day to Council Bluffs Abraham Lincoln. Meanwhile, Pella Christian has been topsy-turvy so far, played a good 2A Albia team close to open the season, got run off the floor by Norwalk just a few days later, and then just exploded all over PCM on Monday night. I think it's a hard matchup to gauge, but this is an Indians team that has a ton of speed, and we thought the girls like to bounce up and down the floor. This guys team is one of the fastest in 4A.
Exactly. You know, when you just look at the lineup, you say, oh, yeah, Pella Christian's got big height advantage on them, but Indianola probably has that history of being good guards, good shooters, getting up down the floor quickly, playing good, solid defense, so that could be an equalizer. Pella Christian so far this year has tried to play a really fast kind of game and not really pounded the ball inside to their big men like maybe I thought they would. So they're still learning how to play that way. They've got some speed. Hopefully their speed is going to make this an interesting game with Indianola and match up pretty well. But Indianola definitely has an advantage in that speed department, so it's just a matter of whether Pella Christian's height can overcome Indianola's speed.
Let's go ahead and take a look at your keys to the game presented by Schottenkirk Ford. You already mentioned it. The Eagles will have a size advantage. It's a matter of how they can handle Indianola's speed. I think, obviously it was probably a good shooting night for Pella Christian, but I also think they just had a big advantage in terms of their ability with their guards. I think Indianola is a team that, obviously I think Pella at this point in the season had the firepower to come back against an Indianola. I don't think Pella Christian can afford to fall too far behind here, because I think if the Indians can get a big lead, I think it'd be a long night for PC. They've got to be able to control the tempo and find a way to maximize their possession.
Well, again, I think if it turns into a complete running game, that advantage definitely goes to Indianola, because they're used to playing that style of basketball. This group of guys is, not played that style of basketball much when they were freshmen and JV players. Now, as varsity players, Coach Boer's got more of an up and down the floor type of style and keeps that ball moving and likes to play fast. So, they're still kind of learning to play that way. So that if the game turns into strictly that and the turnovers mount, Pella Christian's at a definite disadvantage. So it's going to be huge for them if they can do a lot of high-low action between some of their post players, and they've got to take care of the basketball as well as force Indianola. Pella Christian probably does have enough kids with some speed that defensively, hopefully they'll be able to stay with Indianola and put some pressure on them.
And then, as we mentioned, the Indians just want to get ahead. They want to fly. They play really good half-court press defense where they do a lot of traps. They do a lot of three-quarters court. They won't full-court press you all the time, but they're a team that can generate a lot of points off the turnovers. Your keys to the game presented by Schottenkirk Ford, Indianola's hometown dealer. Let's go ahead and take a look at your colors of the game presented by Lampert Lumber. Pella Christian in their home white uniforms. They'll have the maroon numbers and the gold trim. Indianola purple top to bottom with the white numbers for them. Your colors of the game presented by Lampert Lumber. Whether it's a new deck, new roof or siding, a kitchen remodel, or painting around the house, Lampert Lumber has the colors to make it happen. And as we look at our game time temperature presented by Van Haften Plumbing and Heating, it is still above 32 degrees, which is the good news. It is still raining throughout south central Iowa. Folks, we do have a snow ordinance in effect for both the city of Pella and for the city of Indianola. So make sure that you go to our website, KNIAKRLS.com. They'll have all the particulars about the snow emergencies issued in each town. About 1 to 4 inches of snow in the forecast, set to fall starting around midnight tonight and through about 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. Snow ordinance in effect, and then, of course, the winter weather advisory. So just be safe out there, folks, and stay tuned for updates. It's always comfortable high atop the Eagles nest at Pella Christian High School. If your home isn't staying comfortable during this cold Iowa winter, call on the heating and cooling experts at Van Haften Plumbing and Heating in Pella, where you'll rest easy when you pick up the phone in here. Van Haften's. They're about to announce the starting lineups on the floor, Win, and the intrigue of the Little Hawkeye Conference. The girls, I think, is pretty clear, and it's very similar to where we were a year ago. It goes Indianola, Grinnell, DCG, Pella in your preseason picks. That's probably what is going to happen as the season bears out. Pella good enough to beat some of those teams. I think the top four are very good, and they're all capable of going to state. On the boys' side, there's so much more open in the air. I think Pella and DCG are probably the top two teams. They're going to be vying for the conference championship, but from there, it's a wide open race.
Norwalk and Indianola could both be there as well. You just don't know, and it's
not
just
saying they can't get there. I'm saying preseason teams. Your picks are DCG and Pella.
Yeah.
And then that middle of the conference, though, Norwalk, Indianola. I think obviously PC over the course.
High School for tonight's Little Hawkeye Conference matchup between the Indianola Indians and our own Pella Christian Eagles. And now here are the starting lineups for tonight's game. First of all, for the Indians, at a guard, a 6-foot senior, number 2, CJ Keel. At the other guard, a 5'11 junior, number 5, Cooper Naylor. At a forward, a 6'4 sophomore, number 22, Drew Kingery. At another forward, a 6'4 sophomore, number 23, Charlie Wilmot. And at center, a 6'5" senior, number 34, Caden Remeyer. The Indians are coached by Brett Watson and assisted by Matt Baker, Will Naylor, and Lee Nelson. And now for our starting lineups for the Pella Christian Eagles. At a guard, a 5'9" junior, number 3, Levi Skelhaus. At the other guard, a 6'4" junior, number 5, Jaden Heisman. At a guard, a 6'1" junior, number 23, Lucas Hall. At a forward, a 6'6" senior, number 31, Luke Mulder. And at the other forward, a 6'8" junior, number 32, Eric Mulder. The Eagles are coached by J.D. Moore, assisted by Marvin White, Dan Vanderhorst, and Zach Vanderlinden. And our officials for tonight's game are Joe Townsell, Dave Souther, and Scott Pope.
Half capacity or more.
Yeah.
And we're below half here tonight.
Yeah, probably a little below, but it's
Especially
still
with the bleachers,
But it's
not-
still a nice amount
Oh,
of
it is.
people. So for the players too, there's going to be plenty of noise and
They can't hear
cheering.
us.
and the coaches can't hear us criticizing them. So
J.D. Bohr getting his first win earlier this week, in case you missed it, presented by the veterinarians at Tri-County Veterinary Clinic against Fred Lawrence in his 599. The opening tip presented by Dutch Mill Supply. Eric Mulder will knock it over. Dutch Mill Supply is your only locally owned lumberyard and building material supplier. It is Pella Christian Basketball. Skelhaus, a little bit of trouble getting it over the timeline. Here's Lucas Hull. Pops it back over to Levi Skelhaus. Works it in the corner. Jaden Heisman, who had a big night, and it's a turnover, PC.
yeah, just not good ball handling there early. As you can see the intensity level that Indianola is going to bring defensively right away.
7:41 remaining. Right side, it's Charlie Wilmot. Wilmot has a shot short, but an offensive rebound. Drew Kingery has a chance to be first team all-conference this season. He looks to be one of the better players in the league. Has really good ups for a 6'4" player. Bounce pass down low, it's Wilmot. Wilmot flips it out. There's a steal for Heisman. Each team with a turnover. Pella Christian Skelhaus near the center of the court, dribbles it up right side, outside the perimeter, picks it up, flips it out to Heisman, out to Lucas Hull. Hull works it down low, kicks it out to Heisman. Heisman, center of the lane. Hull, left corner. Baseline dribble drive, just hit off the bottom of the rim in traffic. Wilmot the rebound for the Indians. Up ahead to Riemeyer, who will slide his feet and travel on the turnover.
Yeah, on the other end, Lucas got himself under the basket and a lot of bodies there, and they stood straight up. Indianola kept their bodies in control, and they called no foul, and Lucas just hit the underneath side of the basket.
Strawberry Cellular Instant Radio Update, Knoxville 43, Sheraton 35. Scalehouse will dribble through a double team, get the Eagles in a half-court set. Turnaround jumper, falls off the front of the rim and in for Eric Mulder. He started the scoring on Monday against PCM, and it's a 2-0 Eagles lead here. Out to Wilmot. Wilmot flips it out to Cooper Naylor. Riemeyer, dribble, drive, floater is in. It's a 5-guard offense for the Indians, and they play with great speed and tempo, and Riemeyer's their biggest player. And it's a turnover, Pella Christian, as it goes off of Luke Mulder out of bounds on the baseline. But he can sometimes post it up, but they sometimes just play 5-guard offense. Yeah. And they did there on that possession.
Yeah, they're just moving the ball around, and that was a nice little floater shot from about 8 feet.
Eagles with their second turnover. Each team with a pair, and there's Kingery off the dribble, drives it hard to the hole for 2. Drew Kingery gives Indianola their first lead, 4-2. Here's that three-quarters court pressure. Heisman stuck in a double team. Coach Boyle was going to run down and get a timeout. It's a foul called as he does get it out to Mulder.
Well, when you pick up your dribble, Indianola's all over the Pella Christian players and getting a double team instantly. Heisman did a nice job of getting rid of that ball over to Mulder.
Well, and the Indians have quite the program. They've graduated college quality players many years in a row, and there's Mulder on the inbounds, catch and shoot for the easy layup as he just posted up, not quite a full alley-oop, but he got it up high enough on the inbounds pass, and Mulder has all 4 for the Eagles, tied at 4. Right side, Kingery. Kingery dribble in, just talking about Brett Watson and the job he's done here at Indianola. That's their 3rd turnover. They've graduated a lot of Division I, Division II, Division III basketball players, and each year find themselves back near that top half of the conference. And they've got numbers, but they've also had a program built for years that is generating players who can step up from their JV and compete.
Yeah, they just, again, they're just all over the ball no matter where it is.
5:27 remaining. Eric Mulder flips it left wing to Lucas Hull. Hull out to Luke Mulder, has his pass nearly tipped away and stolen, and through traffic, it's an offensive foul.
Yeah, he put his head down. Keeps his head up there. He's got a chance of getting that shot off and not getting the foul call.
First Eagles foul of the night. 1 apiece for each team here in the early going. Live inside our Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth. 5:16 remaining first quarter. It's Indians 4, Eagles 4, and that is a Capital Orthopedic Sports Medicine game reset. Hand off to Keel. Keel dribbles it up right side, and a moving screen and an offensive foul called off the ball, and that was on Charlie Wilmot. Second Eagles foul, or Indians foul. I think that's his second, and it is. So Pella Christian have to drive at the length of the floor here with Levi Scalehouse. Gets the speed going off the inbounds from Eric Mulder. Mulder flips it right side, Hull. Hull pops up a 3, back iron no. Rebound controlled by C.J. Keel. But a turnover and a steal for Eric Mulder. 4th Indians turnover of the first quarter. Scalehouse passed up a shot. Instead, Eric Mulder will take it, top of the key 3. Yes! Eric Mulder left wide open for 3.
Yeah, let's see Eric Mulder's show here to start the quarter. And Pella Christian did a nice job defensively getting back against Indianola's break.
7-4, PC on top. 4:26 remaining against the Indians. Here's Casey Glasscock in for Charlie Wilmot with 2 fouls for Indianola. Bennett Sprunk will check in next stoppage for PC. Here's Riemeyer. Second time he got the floater. This time doesn't go. And Jaden Heisman gets the rebound, tipped around a few times. Eagles basketball. Halfway through the first quarter. A lot of back and forth action between these teams. Here's Hull off the screen from Mulder, who then drops down to post up. Kick it out in the corner. Scalehouse. Catch and shoot for 3. Off the back of the rim. High. No good. And Caden Riemeyer the rebound for the Indians. They're up ahead quickly. Kingery.
Indianola's done a nice job of cutting Lucas off for his drives. He loves to drive the basketball, and he didn't get it done.
And there's a travel. Indianola, their 5th turnover. Coach Watson doesn't like the call.
Good defense by Pella Christian. I think they're making Indianola work a little harder than they thought they would have to.
Nico Schurz and Bennett Sprunk first off the bench, as well as Danny Andringa for PC. 7-4, 3.5 to play first quarter. Eagles up by 3. And now Heisman, fadeaway 3, contested is good.
From the out of bounds line about out there, that was an NBA 3.
Long range 3 for Jaden Heisman, who's emerged early this season as a shooter. Indians answer in a big way. CJ Keel left open, and that's a big 3 for the Indians as Pella Christian was threatening to get a little advantage there. But a dribble drive and a nifty move in the center of the lane. Levi Skelhaas, a reverse layup as he gets it off the dribble. Back and forth we go, 12-7. Kick out in the corner, Kingery. Kingery for 3, no. And a loose ball rebound popped up, tipped out of bounds, and saved by PC. Nico Schurz will come up with it, but it was Heisman who saved it from going into the lap of Coach J.D. Bohr. 2:47 remaining. Skelhaas for 3, no. That was a little too long on the range there.
And he thought about it too long.
And the rebound will go to Cooper Naylor. Naylor, a give and go pass for 3, rims out no good. Nico Schurz in his 6'7" frame collects the rebound.
Yeah, got away with the travel on the rebound too.
Pella Christian 12, Indianola 7. Here's Schurz, flips it over, Heisman. Heisman, the lefty for 3, rims out no good. Schurz the offensive rebound. And now Sprunk for 3! Yes! Bennett Sprunk and the Eagles exploding here in the first quarter, 15-7.
Nice ball movement, good hustle, get those second chance baskets, and good shooting from the outside. It'll really make you look good.
And a McCoy True Value timeout. Do have some Hy-Vee Fuel Saver to give away to Hillary Rowe, who's won 50 cents on the Hy-Vee Fuel Saver card. Make sure you stop by the Pella Hy-Vee and register for your chance to win in the Hy-Vee Fuel Saver Radio 3-point challenge and win our creative idea drawn up by Brand Appeal. Eagles are finding space. They're being very patient with their passes. These are pretty good looks from 3.
Well, they're getting great looks from 3, and they're doing a nice job of avoiding the turnovers because Indianola is putting all kinds of pressure on them. They're hustling, they're working hard, just can't get anything to quite work on their end, and Pella Christian's taking advantage of it.
15-7 is our first quarter score, 2:10 remaining. Here in the first quarter, CJ Keel over the timeline. Double team trap. Out to Casey Glasscock. Flipping it back out to Casey after a pass to Keel. And a pass nearly tipped out of bounds. Eagles in a 1-3-1 zone here. Top of the key, triggered 3 is in. Casey Glasscock knocks it down. 15-10, and the Indians needed that shot.
Good patience by Indianola there to take their time and get a good-looking shot.
And now on the other side, Bennett Sprung for 3! Yes! He's got back-to-back trays, 18-10.
Answered right back, so that's what you got to do now. Again, that 1-3-1 zone by Pella Christian, will Indianola be able to solve it?
Coach Bohr over there is playing defense with his Eagles, a 1-3-1 zone, and the answer, Dakota Heimbaugh, off the bench.
That shot's going to be wide open against that defense.
And there's a two-hand slam for Eric Mulder as they break the pressure.
If you can get him the ball like that, he is going to put it off the iron hard.
Pass to CJ Keel, 20-13 Eagles. Starting to, I think, really see the potential of these Eagles build each and every game so far. Indians as Heimbaugh, the bench, a little deep here for Coach Watson, and a 3 on the way is good, and they are making them all as well. Casey Glasscock off the bench with 6 points. 20-16. Sprunk over the timeline, 4-point Eagles advantage. And he's in a double team trap, and Coach Bohr wanted a timeout. Instead, Mulder pops up a 3, no good. And Mark Pepper the rebound for Indianola. Indians flip it to Kingery. In the corner, 3 again is in. Casey Glasscock has hit 3 in the quarter.
Got to find him on the floor.
12 seconds remaining. Eagles up by 1. They led by as much as 8. And a loose ball on the floor and a jump ball. And it will go over to the Indians.
And Indianola now with 6 seconds has a chance to take the lead here going into the end of the first quarter.
Back and forth we go. It was 20-12 in case you missed it, presented by the veterinarians at the Tri-County Veterinary Clinic, but the Indians have answered in a big way here. But this is the danger of the Indianola team.
They obviously can shoot because Pella Christian is really hustling on defense, but just giving them just a little crack, and they're knocking down the shots.
We have a Strawberry Cellular Instant Radio update as PCM and Greene County tied at 25. Mustangs looking for their first win on KRLS 3. 1 second remaining. Kingery layup at the buzzer, and after all that work, it's the Indians who will take a first quarter lead, 21-20. Back and forth we go between these two Little Hawkeye Conference teams on 94.3 KNIA.
At Lely, located here in Pella, would you believe that our elves are busy building robots that milk cows? We enjoy giving the gift of robotic milking to hard-working dairy producers year-round. Our robots allow more time for dairy producers to spend together. It's really the gift that keeps on giving. And by the way, isn't that what the holidays are all about? Lely's holiday challenge for you: slow down, appreciate life's gifts, and focus on the real reason for the season. Happy holidays from the Lely team.
What type of healthcare specialist are you looking for? From dermatology and pain management to orthopedics and plastics, we have you covered. Knoxville Hospital and Clinics currently has over 25 visiting specialists that hold clinics in Knoxville. Your healthcare is our priority, and we are here to bring care close to where our patients live and work. Our visiting specialists provide consultation, treatment, and surgical procedures right here in Knoxville. For more information about the visiting specialist at Knoxville Hospital and Clinics, call 641-842-1555.
Live inside our Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth, it's Pella Christian and Indianola locked in a good one here, 21-20 in favor of the Indians. In case you missed it, presented by the veterinarians at Tri-County Veterinary Clinic. The Eagles led by as much as 8 in the first quarter, but the Indians closed the quarter on a 9-0 run.
Yeah, just bad defense there to finish out the last minute and a half, and Indianola got right back in the game.
Now Pella Christian in a half-court set with Skelhaas, Andringa, Heisman, Eric Mulder, and number 15, Aiden Stoltz on the floor. Crossover dribble, shot fake, shot blocked, and now a rebound up ahead, and here comes a one-hand slam on the other side for Drew Kingery after the block shot rebound.
Yeah, he scored the last basket of the quarter with a drive all the way to the basket, and that time he gets a dunk. So got him recognize where he is and stop him before he takes off.
You can hear the Indians bench creating some noise on that far side of the floor. 23-20 Indianola, 7:14 in the second. Pass inside to Mulder. Mulder will dunk it off the pass for two. A couple of dunks for Eric Mulder. He has 9 points.
If you don't get between him and the basket, you can about count on the fact that it's going to be a dunk.
Pella Christian trails 23-20. And on the other side, a bucket for two. Who was that win? Was it 21?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, sorry, folks. I was just going down to try and get stats. And then a whistle and a foul on the other side.
I thought it was a 23, but he's not on the floor, so it couldn't have been.
Easy enough, right? So Mulder had 9 in the first quarter and is up to 11 already, 25-22. Andrew got the line for 2 shots after the foul by number 5, Cooper Naylor. First is in for Danny Andringa.
Good looking free throw from him to just good stroke. Luke Mulder's now going to check in if he makes this one, and he does.
Both are in for Andringa. Pella Christian coming in is a 45% free throw shooting team. That needs to improve. 63% for Indianola. 25-24. Indians have not given up the lead yet in this quarter. However, Eagles have brought it back within 1. Remeyer, catch and shoot, top of the key, banks it off and in for 3.
Well, if they keep shooting like that, though, Pella Christian's not going to be able to take the lead.
Here's Aiden Stoltz. Stoltz just throws it away. I'm not sure where he was looking.
Well, he wanted to throw it into an area where Heisman could catch and shoot, but Jaden didn't take off soon enough to go get it.
Well, it's the Eagles' 5th turnover. Both teams have 5 turnovers. Schurz back in the game. So it's Skelhaas, Heisman, Schurz, Eric Mulder, and Aiden Stoltz. For Indianola, it's C.J. Keel, Cooper Naylor, Drew Kingery, Casey Glasscock, who has 11 points, and Caden Remeyer. 6:15 remaining, 28-24. Turnaround, spin move, doesn't fall for Keel. Rebound controlled by Heisman.
Well, Pella Christians had to go to a man-to-man because of the hot shooting of Indianola, and that time they got in close but didn't make it.
Skelhaus, step back jumper, no good. Rebound is last off of PC.
Got a good look that time, but just could not get it to fall. Nico had a chance for a rebound and wasn't able to come down with it.
28-24, under 6 to play here in the second quarter. Indianola, a 4-point lead. Kingery gets a screen from Keel, pass to Keel from Kingery, and now CJ drives the lane, nearly falls over, does get a bailout pass. Remeyer on line 3 long, and the rebound controlled by Scherz. Skelhaus quickly up ahead to Heisman. Heisman steps back, finds Nico Scherz. Floating it into a triple team and a steal for Keel.
Yeah, no chance of that ball even getting to Eric, and Nico's got to recognize that.
That's a forced pass, turnover, Indians basketball. Kingery already has a dunk, and he'll dribble drive and miss. Good defense there by the Eagles, and Stoltz comes up with the rebound. Stoltz brings it down the floor, tips the pass over to Skelhaus left wing. Dribble, drive, Levi pops up a layup, and he'll draw the contact and a foul.
Yeah, got bailed out there. Indianola's got to let him go there because he was so far under the basket. I don't think he could have made the shot.
That is the 4th foul on the Indians. Remeyer his first. 5:09 remaining here in the second. Told you earlier about our creative idea drawn up by Brand Appeal. When your team needs creative ideas, call the team at Brand Appeal for all your print, web, or interactive needs. First is in for Levi Skelhaus. Bennett Spronk had a couple of big threes in the first quarter. A Capital Orthopedic Sports Medicine game reset. Second will miss, and a rebound Indianola. Casey Glasscock getting extended time due to 2 fouls early for Charlie Wilmot. Shot on the way from Remeyer, no good. Board controlled by Eric Mulder. A Capital Orthopedic Sports Medicine game reset. And now a tip and a steal. Eagles turnover for Kingery. Kingery up ahead, and good recovery on defense and a foul, the second of the night for Eric Mulder as he had to come down. And Eagles did a good job coming back and recovering, but it's another turnover.
Yeah, Aiden needed to take care of the basketball there. He dribbled right into the double team, and that's maybe his inexperience right there, being only a sophomore, that he didn't recognize what the pressure was going to do.
Strauver Cellular game instant update. 25-25 PCM Greene County heading to overtime on KRLS 3. Also in the Marion County Bank Radio scoreboard, Pella 58, Norwalk 46. Indianola 56, Pella Christian 33 in the girls game. Twin Cedars 33, Mormon Trail 30. On the Marion County Bank Radio scoreboard, 29-25. Kingery hits the first of 2. And knocks in the second from the charity stripe. Kingery has 8 points. Second on the Indians. Double team trap to Lucas Hull just back into the game. Full court pressure here. And the largest lead of the game for the Indians at 30-25. Stoltz will travel on a shot fake. 8 turnovers. And they're starting to rack up here for PC.
Well, yeah, just that same move that the girls were making in the girls game that didn't get called for travel. That time Aiden did, and he got called.
Jeff Lindsay and PCM searching for their first win against Greene County. Same for the boys in the nightcap. It'd be a big one for Fred Lawrenson, looking for 600 in his illustrious PCM career. 30-25, Indians a 5-point lead nearly halfway through the second quarter. Eagles trying to slow down this Indians attack defensively. Keel kicks it out to Heimbaugh. Heimbaugh, floater, short. And the rebound tipped out of bounds, last off of Heimbaugh. And the rebound will go to PC.
Yeah, I'm not sure why they didn't go up and try to rebound that one cleanly instead of holding the defenders or the offensive players out to get the team rebound.
Another Strauver Cellular instant radio update. Greene County 29, PCM 27 with a minute left in overtime. The updates, I think, just kind of all sent at once. That's over on KRLS 3. We're here on 94.3 KNIA. Baseline jumper for Bennett Sprunk, and he'll get the friendly roll.
Bennett's having a game so far tonight. Nice shot.
8 points
as far as he could and then put up the jump shot.
Eagles back within 3, 30-27. Sprunk 8 points. Couple of threes in the first quarter and a beautiful 12-footer. Kingery wide open for 3.
Boy, he is having a night.
Down.
He's having a night as well.
Kingery has 11 to tie the game lead with his teammate, Casey Glasscock. Right wing, Stoltz, another shot fake. Should have been a travel, but it's a turnover anyway. CJ Keel, and it will stay with the Indians.
A good hustle by Lucas that time to keep them from getting a fast break there on the steal.
Heisman in for Stoltz. Hull, Andringa, Sprunk, and Schurz in for PC. It's Keel, Naylor, Kingery, Riemeyer, and Wilmot. The bench gotten short here for Coach Brett Watson in the second quarter. Kingery, step back three on the way, knocks it down, 33-27. Now Heisman on the other side, left open in the corner. Yes! Heisman with the answer. Back and forth we go again.
Well, we needed that big time to keep this game close because Indianola is just shooting the lights out.
36-30. Indians lead by 6. 3 minutes remaining in the second quarter. Keel kicks it outside to Riemeyer. Riemeyer on the Pella Christian logo far side. Pass tipped by Schurz. Hull is going to fight for it. It's a loose ball. Will stay with the Indians. On their half of the floor, now they'll bring it back up in the half-court offense. Here's Kingery. Kingery, contact, and a travel.
Yeah, they almost called the travel on the backcourt, regaining possession. They didn't. This time they get him as he tries to make a move around the defense.
Do have another Strawberry Cellular Instant Radio Update. Knoxville 52, Sheraton 42. You're listening to Indianola Basketball, powered by Community First Credit Union on FM 94.3 and AM 1320 KNIA, Knoxville, Indianola. 36-30, 2:25 remaining here in the second quarter as we cross the 8 o'clock hour at Eagle Lane, and it's nearly a throwaway for PC. Instead, Bennett Sprunk, who's had the touch, can't get his 12-footer to fall, and the rebound goes to Drew Kingery.
I think it's his first miss.
It is, and Kingery on the other side will miss another point-blank layup, and the rebound out of bounds will go to Pella Christian.
I'm not sure about that call, but we will take it.
Skelhaus back in for Lucas Hull. He'll be on the floor with Andringa on this half. Coach Bohr and Coach Watson both standing up and active on the sideline. 2:07 remaining. Still Indianola 36, Pella Christian 30. We'll talk to Brad Ingbers of the Pella Christian Eagles during our Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show when we come back. But we're still here, 2:05 on our Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth. Not a lot of timeouts called either way. Pass inside to Mulder. Mulder turns around off the glass and in. Great recovery and 13 first half points for Eric Mulder. That was a nice little move after he dropped the pass.
Turned to his left and shot it with his right off the glass and in. That was a well done shot.
A shot fake, dribble, drive, no good. Rebound controlled by Mulder. Eric Mulder, seen a lot of the playing time here tonight. Right wing, Sprunk, shot fake, kicks it out, Skelhaus, catch and shoot. Three on the way, online but long, and the board controlled by Riemeyer of Indianola. Indians clear it up the floor at CJ Keel. Keel gets tied up with Bennett Sprunk, who just lost a step on him, and a foul, just the third of the half, called on PC.
Yeah, you got to stay right with him, stay ahead of him if you can, and that time he got just far enough behind him, they called him for the foul, but that at least gives the defense a chance to set up, and hopefully they can, Pella Christian can come away with a stop here.
Do have another Strawberry Cellular Instant Radio Update. Pella 17, Norwalk 11 after one. It was a 12-0 run to start the game for the Dutch. That's live on 92.1 KRLS. CJ Keel, catch and shoot three, no good. Coach Bohr has hands on his head in frustration with the defense, but the Eagles will get the stop. Heisman the rebound. And now up ahead, trying the circus shot there on the layup is Skelhaus. It's no good. And then a heads-up play by the Indians. They threw it off of Skelhaus, who was laying on the floor on the baseline. Team rebound of the Indians.
I think Levi was surprised that he got through there. I don't know how he got through there, but he got through the defense there, was able to get the ball up, but just didn't have enough on it to get it over the rim.
And it's final in overtime. Greene County 34, PCM 27 in OT. And a steal for Bennett Sprunk. 7th Indians turnover. Bennett, right-handed floater, short. And the Indians do a good job packing the paint, getting the rebound after the turnover. Sprunk his second steal. Kick out in the corner. Wide open three on the way. No. And over and back. Kingery went over the back of Andringa on the rebound. And it goes back to PC. 36-32. 39 seconds left until the halftime break.
Lucas Hall returns for Pella Christian, replacing Bennett Sprunk.
On the other end, that Bennett needed to really drive that ball in there all the way if he could and get that ball off the glass instead of trying to go over the front iron.
Got a good one back and forth here between the Indians and the Eagles. Bounce pass, tipped, and nearly taken away by Drew Kingery, who goes out of bounds near his bench. And his head coach Watson, 29 seconds remaining until the half. Eagles on offense can close the gap here. Here's Levi Skelhaas. Skelhaas hits it over the timeline. Hands it off to Jaden Heisman, who's hit a couple of threes. Right side, Lucas Hull answering on the floor with Eric Mulder. This seems to be a kind of a speedier set that Coach Moore has gone to here. We haven't seen a lot of Luke Mulder in this game. Recognizing the need. Eagles holding for a final shot. Kick it out, Lucas Hull with 4 seconds remaining. Can he hit it at the buzzer? No good. And rebound is controlled by Heisman just before the horn. And it's 36-32, Indianola on top of Pella Christian. Live inside our Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth.
The oil and car get change. The oil and the car get change at Central Tire and Auto.
Central Tire and Auto in Pella is the home for the no appointment oil change, where you're in and out in about 30 minutes with your oil change. For tires, front end work, their no appointment oil change, and full mechanical work on your vehicle, stop and see Sean DeWard and his crew next to Walmart in Pella.
At Central Tire and Auto.
You can buy a new Ford at any Ford dealer. Why do people buy from Schottenkirk Ford, Indianola? Simple. Our core values. Hard work, honesty, integrity, respect. Get up to $12,500 off 2020 F-150 XLTs. No goofy rebates. Everyone qualifies. Remember, 12-month, 12,000-mile bumper-to-bumper warranty on certified used vehicles. Schottenkirk Ford, Indianola. SchottenkirkFord.com. Includes all Ford rebates.
And welcome to the Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show for tires, front end work, their no appointment oil change, and full mechanical work on your vehicle. Stop and see Sean DeWard and his crew next to Walmart and Pella at Central Tire and Auto. Our boys' score at the half is 36-32, but it's now time for our continuing coverage of Eagles girls basketball with head coach Brad Ingbers. Following the team's 56-33 loss to Indianola. And Coach, we said it after your big win over PC on Monday. You knew Indianola had a lot of speed. They've got a lot of talent. You played with them for a quarter, but they're a team that you can't fall behind against, and they were able to kind of pull away there in the second quarter.
They were. Our second quarter tonight just, we kind of had a little meltdown and weren't, attacking the basket. And like you said, Indianola is an attacking team, and they've got several players that can do that dribble penetration move. They're really good at getting the kick out there. They end up with 11 3-pointers or something for tonight. So it's awful hard when you got, I think, 6 different players for their team shooting 3-pointers. And so our head was kind of on a swivel. And we got to give a lot of credit for them for playing well tonight. And that second quarter, you're exactly right, kind of did us in.
Well, and we talked a little bit about the potential matchup in the paint, and I thought Allison did a good job against Kendall McDaniel one-on-one, but Indianola was very intent on helping her along, knowing that Allison was going to be the focal point, especially when you kind of fell behind. Now, Allison got 11 points in the second half, but she was held scoreless in the first half, and you didn't get that first bucket till late in that second quarter, and I think that was a big difference. Indianola did a really nice job of making it difficult on you, trying to get the ball inside.
Yeah, there's no secret that we need to score the paint. We need to have Allison get some touches in there, and we need her to get the easy baskets. So, in order to make that work and to keep teams from piling everybody on her down there, we got to have some people step up and hit the outside shots as well. And so it all works together. It's part of a team game. You can't rely on one person, especially just I don't care how good a post you are if you don't have somebody that can get you the ball. And if you have no threats, that are working very effectively, it's awful hard to get some free shots.
Well, and I thought what made the three so effective for Indianola, Coach, was their ability to dribble, drive, penetrate. A lot of kickouts from them, and then when they weren't kicking it out, they had a lot of looks at layups where they missed quite a few in the first half. In the second half, they started making them. What defensively wasn't working for you as well tonight with Indianola's speed, and what were they able to do to really create those three-point opportunities?
Well, they're very good at hesitation dribble, and so they would get us to stand up. And we're not. I mean, it's a conditioning thing. We've got a few players that are in real good condition, quick feet. But we need to have everybody, get in a defensive stance. And so, as young players, if they're watching us play online, any team that they're playing, you watch an effective player playing defense is always in a defensive stance, quick feet. Anna Bonnet shows that in the half court a lot of times when she just gets low and really moves her feet well. And we weren't doing that in the paint. like you said, those guys would attack and they could kick, and if they didn't kick, if you didn't come out and help on them, they'd take a layup.
Well, and Coach, Monday you had a lot of success in the second half against PCM. Not as much here tonight. Obviously, again, a much better opponent that you're playing with, Indianola being a top 15 team in Class 5A. But what are the things now that you saw this entire game against an opponent of this level that you'll take into basically a full week of practice now that you kind of have your conference bye coming up?
Yeah, it is a good week for us to have a bye next week. We have a few players that are dinged up. I always tell the girls, I go into the locker room after a game like tonight, and I'm like, hey, we're not going to say a whole lot about the game right now, because you always look at the videotape, and when you watch the tape, sometimes things that you thought were awful aren't quite as bad as they seemed, and it just points out the things. The tape doesn't lie about some things that you need to work on. So we'll over the weekend take a look at that, evaluate what we need to do better as a team, especially defensively, and to get into an offensive rhythm. Obviously, shoot the ball well, and a lot of your problems go away.
Right.
That's the fun of this game, is if you shoot well, it takes a lot of problems away, and if you don't, you have a little bit of a tough time. But yeah, we have several days of practice next week. I think we're going to try and work out a day, since 4 days in a row of practice at this time right now don't feel really isn't going to help us that much. So I think we're going to work at the well one of the days next week, just volunteer and maybe do something for somebody else for a while.
Good time of the year to do that. And Coach, after your volunteer and after some practice you have coming up, you had the defending champions tonight, the defenders running up, Grinnell, who's had a tremendous program in Class 4A. The road doesn't get any easier as you go on the road for the first time in conference action.
Right, it certainly doesn't. I told the girls after the game tonight too, hey, we knew things weren't going to get easier after we played our first few games. It's a grind out there, and Grinnell is a good team. I think they had some late start getting their season going due to some COVID restrictions for them. But there is no doubt about it that they're watching tape, that they're conditioning. Those girls aren't just sitting around doing nothing. I'm sure they're out there practicing, getting the shots up. And that's, Grinnell is known for the run and gun type, offense and really flying at you. So we need to get some things shaped up.
And Grinnell knocking off Clear Creek Amana, a top 15 matchup already in Class 4A. That happened last night. Final score for the Eagles girls, falling 56-33, a 1-1 week. Coach Ingbers, we appreciate your time, and we'll see you after, I guess I'll see you in between, but we'll see you Friday night for sure as well.
You bet. Thanks again, Andrew.
We'll have more of the Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show after this.
Flying Dutch Sports is now open at 655 Highway T14 in Pella, just in time for Christmas.
Motocross is our passion. We carry parts and accessories for all makes and models of bikes, ATVs, UTVs, and street bikes. But we also offer skateboards, bikes, snowboards, skis, and water sports, because we know there is no off-season for the outdoor adrenaline junkie.
We also stock apparel and protective gear for all ages, as well as our own unique Flying Dutch apparel. So hit us up on Facebook or Instagram.
If you're part of the heart-pumping, muscle-burning crowd, head out to Flying Dutch Extreme Sports, your adrenaline headquarters.
It's an important time to follow safe driving habits. Stop completely at stop signs, and to allow pedestrians to safely get across crosswalks or to the school bus. And to play it safe and stay alive, don't text as you drive. Focus on safe driving habits when you get behind the wheel. Pella Corporation team members focus on safety in the workplace. That's why we're proud to share these tips in the interest of community safety.
And welcome back to the Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show. 36-32, our boys' halftime score. Let's go inside the numbers. Calculated by Fairway Independent Mortgage Corporation. For Indianola, Drew Kingery, 14 points for him, 11 points for Casey Glasscock to lead the Indians. Caden Remeyer, 5 points. Heimbaugh, 3, Keel, 3. Eric Mulder, 13 points. Bennett Sprunk with 8. Jaden Heisman with 6, 2 apiece for Danny Endriga and Levi Scalehaas. Pella Christian with 16 team rebounds, 14 for Indianola, 7 turnovers for the Indians, 9 for PC. And that is Inside the Numbers, written by Fairway Independent Mortgage Corporation. If you're buying a new home or looking to refi, call Jeff or any member of the team at Marion County's mortgage experts, Fairway Mortgage in Indianola. Win quickly our second half adjustments presented by the Young Door Service. I thought both teams played pretty well. The issue for the Eagles was perimeter defense. They allowed Indianola to get back in the game with a lot of open threes. And on the other side, though, I think the Indians are really struggling with kind of this inside-out offense and some of the size for PC giving them some trouble.
Indianola's done a great job of putting a lot of pressure on Pella Christian and really disrupting. Pella Christian's handled it pretty well as a whole, but really can't do what I think is going to have to be their bread and butter on the season. They've got to get that ball in there about 12 or 14 feet, have the defense come out on him so that they can get the ball inside to Eric or Nico or whoever's playing in that post position at that time and get that ball inside, because I think they can do a lot of high-low action. I think if they could get more of that going, I think they have a successful half. Defensively, they've got to get out on those shooters, because they're just taking it to them with their shots, and if you do get out on them a step late, they go right on by you and get layups. So they've got, Indianola's got to keep doing the same thing. If Pella Christian's not going to come out and get us, they got to shoot the ball and keep shooting it well, and if they do come out and get us, we're going to go and drive the basket.
Your second half adjustment presented by your friends at DeYoung Door Service. Folks, if you need a new adjustment, especially with winter looming, why not a brand new garage door from the gurus of garage doors at DeYoung Door Service. That'll wrap up our Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show. For tires, front end work, their no appointment oil change, and full mechanical work on your vehicle, stop and see Shonda Ward and his crew next to Walmart in Pella at Central Tire and Auto. Our halftime score, Indianola 36, Pella Christian 32. We're live inside our Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth. On the Marion County Bank radio scoreboard, Knoxville 52, Sheraton 42. These are all girls' scores. Greene County 34, PCM 27, overtime. Indianola 56, Pella Christian 33, Twin Cedars 33, Mormon Trail 30, Pella 58, Norwalk 46. And in boys action, it's Pella 17-11, leading Norwalk after one. That's your Marion County Bank radio scoreboard, and we are underway here in quarter number 3. Indians will start with the basketball on their starting 5. Keel, Naylor, Kingery, Wilmot, and Remeyer. Eagles will have their starting 5. In the lane, it's Wilmot, who had 2 early fouls, and he'll get on the board for the first time for the Indians, 38-32. It's Skelhaas, Lucas Hull. Hull wide open left wing for 3, no good. Also on the floor, Heisman, Luke, and Eric Mulder. 7:34 remaining, missed shot. Kingery has it other side after a rebound, Indianola. Ball tipped out of bounds, last off of PC.
Well, on the first possession down, Indianola went at the basket, and Pella Christian collapsed very nicely and made him change their offense, but they were fortunate to make a basket anyway.
Strawberry Cellular instant radio update, Pella 25, Norwalk 18, boys score at the half. Kingery on the wing, dribbles it out, left side, or to his left, Cooper Naylor. Give and go pass between him and Wilmot. Out to Kingery. Kingery, dribble, drive, center of the lane, left-hand layup is good.
Yeah,
right behind the defense.
Yeah, Lucas cannot stay with Kingery. They're going to have to find somebody else to put on him.
7:04 remaining here in the third, 40-32, 4-0 run for the Indians to start the quarter. Here's Heisman on a jump stop, 10-footer, no good. Rebound tipped around a couple of times and eventually controlled by Wilmot of Indianola. Here are the Indians. Remeyer, wide open 3, off the mark. And the board controlled by Mulder. Clears it up ahead to Eric Mulder. Mulder, shot fake, and he's up for the easy 2.
Yeah, first time in close like that, he didn't actually dunk the ball.
40-34, a couple of dunks in case you missed it, presented by the veterinarians at the Tri-County Veterinary Clinic by Mulder in the first half. And there's a tip and a steal. Jaden Heisman forcing the first turnover of the half. Pass left side to Luke Mulder, and that's in foul.
Yeah, they're going to call a foul on
Indianola.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty good defense.
Well, and it looked to me like the ball was between them. So, you can't foul the ball.
40-34, Indians lead. Eagles have it underneath their own hoop. Baseline, Lucas Hull through the fingertips of Heisman. Here's C.J. Keel, his third steal. Up ahead, right-hand layup is good for Wilmot. Charlie Wilmot has 4 points early in the third quarter. PC trying to break the pressure here. The Indians down by 8. 6:02 remaining here in the third quarter. Right-hand turnaround jumper is in. Levi Skelhaas for 2.
Nice spin move that time to put the ball up over top the defender.
Just like the first couple of quarters, lots of scoring back and forth. Here's Keel. Kicks it out, left wing. Now top of the key, Remeyer. Open 3, no. Not falling like they were in the first half. Rebound to Skelhaas, who stops and goes. Fakes a pass, then dumps it off, and a charge as he'll go through the waiting Remeyer, and a turnover PC.
Yeah, he took that way too far. Levi's got to make up his mind that he's either going to shoot that ball or pass it sooner and then get out of the way instead of running into the defender.
Skelhaas slow to get up, too, as well. 42-36. By the way, the couple of layups by Charlie Wilmot are your drives to the basket presented by Napa Auto Parts in Indianola. Drive to the basket, presented by Napa Auto Parts in Indianola. Something preventing you from making a long drive? Stop by your locally owned and operated Napa Auto Parts store in Indianola, featuring a knowledgeable staff that can help you regardless how long your next drive is. Now that's Napa know-how. There's a shot blocked by Mulder. The second, though, and the offensive rebound coming in for Caden Riemeyer. And that is a third foul on Eric Mulder.
Yeah, nice block the first time to slap it off the backboard and away, but Pella Christian couldn't come down with the rebound, and so they get a second opportunity and ends up getting the foul.
Capital Orthopedics Sports Medicine game reset, 42-36. 5:25 third quarter. Riemeyer makes the first of 2 foul shots. As Capital Orthopedics and Sports Medicine getting you back in the game. For more information and a list of services, go to dsmcapitalortho.com. Both are in. Riemeyer up to 7 points. Indians are 4-4 from the foul line. Stoltz nearly falls out of bounds on the inbounds play. Eagles will keep it. Here's Stoltz right side just checking into the game. Also on the floor, Bennett Sprunk in for Skelhaas. Dribble, drive, high pass out of bounds. Eagles turnover.
You know, when I was coaching, if I could get a team to throw the ball from sideline to sideline over the top, I would loved it because they throw away so many of those, and that's exactly what they did there.
Heisman also out for a minute. 44-36, Indians back up to their largest lead thus far in the game. They've had it a couple times at 8 points. In the corner, give and go pass, Kingery 3, rims out. High rebound control by Eric Mulder. Clears it up ahead to Stoltz. Stoltz over the timeline to Mulder. Mulder, catch and shoot for the 3, no. Luke Mulder tips the rebound to Bennett Sprunk. It stays Eagles basketball. Another put up, no good. And fighting through the pressure, and a jump ball forced by number 5, Cooper Naylor.
Yeah, nice attack of the basket there, but just couldn't get anything to go. Good second chance opportunity, but unfortunately Eric could not come up with it clean and gets caught in the tie-up.
44-36, Eagles will get the ball underneath their own hoop. Bounce pass into Luke Mulder. Mulder, shot fake, off the defense, and one. Count it for Luke Mulder, and he's at the line for 3.
Yeah, he used his body there, shielded the defender away, and they weren't able to push through him. He's able to score with his left hand there.
That's the 4th foul on Charlie Wilmot. Meanwhile, and that's a lot of foul trouble for one player. Now they've got a fairly deep bench, says Indianola. And Casey Glasscock, who's been in this game win, has 11 points off the bench in his stay. And there really hasn't been too much of a drop-off, but Wilmot provided a nice charger with a couple of layups.
It's got a player that didn't check in correctly, apparently.
Nope. Schurz is going to come in for Mulder after the 3-point play if he makes the free throw. Danny Andringa also on the floor. Skelhaas back in for PC. Seeing maybe less of the line changes win from Coach Bohr, but still a lot of subs in the game.
Well, he's went all the way down. I think there's only 2 guys that haven't played, maybe only one actually that hasn't played. So
Mulder completes the 3-point play, brings it back within 5, 44-39. Coach Branderhorst trying to get the defense to come to life here to try and get another stop. Eagles once led this game by 8, 20-12. There's a missed layup in Bennett Sprunk, but it's been all Indians since then. The team's gone back and forth, but the Eagles have yet to capture a lead since late in the first quarter. Here's PC on offense, Skelhaas out to Schurz. Schurz flips it left side, Bennett Sprunk, who has a couple of 3-pointers made, picks up his dribble, turnaround elbow jumper off the bank and in. The backboard friendly tonight for Bennett Sprunk, who has 10 points. He's in double figures. Eagles back within 1 possession, and the Eagles faithful trying to get a charge in this gym.
Yeah, clawing back into it a little bit. Just need one stop at a time and then make a basket on your end.
44-41 Indians. Here's Kingery outside to Riemeyer. Riemeyer off the screen, back to Kingery, back to Riemeyer, top of the circle, behind the back dribble, stalls in the center of the lane, out to Naylor. And now Riemeyer off a screen for 3 is in. Couldn't get around the screen man. Naylor and Riemeyer knocks it down. On the other side, Stoltz for 3, no good. Rushed the shot. Keel the rebound for the Indians. Running numbers, though, for the Eagles. And they'll settle into a half court. Here's Cooper Naylor. Naylor had his shot poked out. A couple Eagles make the contact. And that was Stoltz. And 2 foul shots coming for Cooper Naylor.
just an attack on the basket. And Pella Christian took that shot way too early that last time down because there was nobody there to get a rebound if he did miss.
Naylor, a 67% foul shooter in the early going thus far. Indians have played a lot of close basketball games and have had their hearts broken twice, led by as much as 17 against Pella on Friday 1 week ago. It was the Dutch in overtime that overcame them. Then the next day went back and forth with an Abraham Lincoln team they felt like they could beat, but lost by 2. So you know they love to win this game that's been back and forth, and they're back up by 8. Substitution is Dakota Heimball in for Naylor, who knocks both down his first 2 points of the game. And in the blink of the eye, Eagles had it within 3. Now it's back to 8. Here's Danny Andringa over the half-court line, and the press break for Bennett Sprunk. Sprunk tried to split a defender and just threw it right to Heimball. Turnover Eagles, and a foul. Skelhaus knocks into Heimball, who gets 2 more at the charity stripe.
Well, you got to take care of the ball on offense, and that time he just threw it to nobody, and Indianola was able to pick up that ball real easily and then headed down the floor.
According to sources in the city of Pella, the snow has started, not sticking to the roads yet, but the snowflakes are big and wet. So folks, just be prepared. Temperatures hovering in the mid-30s, should stay clear for a little bit, but that will start accumulating overnight as we do have that winter weather advisory. First shot is in for Heimball, and the Indians will crack the ceiling. They led by 8 a couple of times in this game. Now they're up by 9 and a chance to go up by 4 possessions here just over halfway through the third quarter, 3:04 remaining. Second is in. Eagles, Eric Mulder back on the floor. Pressure coming from the Indians. Here's Bennett Sprunk, who nearly throws it away again, and it's tipped out of bounds. And the Indians, they're kind of like, I don't know how to describe it, they kind of crank that dial up and down. They're not a constant pressure team, but you can tell in certain situations they like to really ramp it up, and I think they smell blood in the water here.
What I'm impressed with the fact that when they get a guy in trouble, everybody else knows where he's going to have to go with the ball.
Here's Mulder with a shot fake, misses the dunk point blank, and it's out of bounds off of Mulder. You know, sometimes when it's okay to lay it up.
Yeah.
Because I think he had an easy layup and he tried for the spectacular dunk.
Yeah,
there.
and I think he lost the handle going up, and that threw his timing off, and he missed it badly. So
rebound of the Indians.
But back to what I was saying, Indianola, if you're trained to teach defense, if you get a player in a trap, everybody else has to understand where is the most likely place to get the ball.
Here's a steal for Levi Skelhaus on the inbounds. Kicks it out to Lucas Hull. Hull, though, loses it right back. Back-to-back turnovers here and steals for both teams. The second steal of the quarter for Dakota Heimball. Wide open, left wing three is in. And that is a backbreaker for the Eagles as Casey Glasscock up to 14 points. And the Indians starting to pull away. We'll take a quick timeout. It's a Pella Hy-Vee timeout, 54-41 right after this on 94.3 KNIA.
Do you have family coming to town for the holidays and you'd rather they don't stay at your house 24/7? Then book them a room at Pote's only downtown hotel, the Amsterdam Hotel. If you haven't been here in a while, our entire hotel has been completely remodeled, including the Liberty Street Kitchen restaurant.
And because they're right downtown, your guests can easily get to all the great holiday shopping that Pella has to offer.
Check out our website, royalamsterdam.com, for different packages that are available.
And then make your holiday guests a reservation at the Amsterdam Hotel on the Molengraat in Pella.
It's a season to save at your locally owned Napa Auto Parts store in Indianola. Napa has all sorts of gifts and deals for car lovers. Napa Full Synthetic Motor Oil and Napa Platinum Synthetic Oil Filter are just $22.98. Sets of Craftsman and Evercraft tools are on sale, and your kids will probably need batteries for their holiday toys. So grab 4 packs of Energizer batteries for $3.99 each. Napa knows great holiday deals, so head into your locally owned Napa Auto Parts store in Indianola today.
Napa know-how.
Andrew Schneider and Wynn Veenstra in our Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth as Pella Christian trails Indianola 54-41 on 94.3 KNIA. You're also listening to Eagles basketball powered by Bank Iowa on the KRLS2 stream, and another tip and a steal, and that should be Indianola basketball.
No, the Indianola player kicked it away and then went after and got it out of bounds. So he almost came away with a steal.
I thought it hit off the foot of Lucas Hull as it went out of bounds, though. I think that should be Indianola basketball.
Oh, and that it hit out of bounds before the Indianola player touched it again.
So either way, we'll stay with PC here, but the pressure is definitely intensified. Bennett Sprunk on the baseline and nearly stolen away again.
Indianola's got hands in those passing lanes. They're doing a great job on defense of recognizing what he has to do with the ball, and they're ready for it.
Indianola has extended their lead. It's kind of an alley-oop and ill-fated as it will stay. PC ball, Mulder, but he tipped it up, and there's just so many hands in his face that there's not a whole lot he can do.
Yeah, Indianola had that well scouted out. They know that play is an option for him, and they were ready for it.
Lucas Hull should be called with a travel, but doesn't because he can't move on that inbound play. But it is PC basketball. And now looking for Mulder. Mulder, this time the layup too strong. A lot of contact, rebound to Heimbaugh. Indians up 54-41. Here's Mark Pepper. Pepper's played a lot in this third quarter, and Kingery takes a long step to the hole. No, but there's Pepper for the cleanup crew, and he'll knock it in for two.
Got to box out everybody, and they allowed a player come in and be a trailer.
And now on the other side, Hull floater, no. Andringa put up, no. Pepper his third rebound. And turnover steal for Pella Christian on the other side. 3 turnovers for the Indians here. Sprunk in the corner, open 3, no. Here's Glasscock, lays it off the glass and in.
Yeah, you can't let that happen. That ball came lazily out there, and Lucas just let the Indianola player go get it. You've got to get in his way.
Count it, and 1 for Lucas Hull. I thought that Kingery was in an excellent position, but he'll get called with a foul. Hull has a chance for 3. Again, not trying to be favored to one team, but I thought Kingery was right there, and Hull probably shouldn't have this opportunity, but he'll get a chance at 3. The Eagles need a lot of this and more. As Caden Van Dyke is in for the first time, Heisman checks in for PC.
Yeah, I'm not sure that maybe Kingery didn't fall down a little early. Maybe that's what they felt like the foul was on him instead of him holding his position.
It is a miss. Hull will get his own rebound. So 2 points for him, another offensive board, and a Pella Hy-Vee timeout for Coach J.D. Bohr. 58-43, 51 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Let's see if we got some instant radio updates. And we do from Strauver Cellular. Knoxville 19, Sheraton 7. That's boys action with, of course, their team. That's going to be an intriguing matchup, I think, for PC, as they've got the All-State point guard at Knoxville, and see how that matchup turns out. Our score here, 58-43. Indianola has scored 22 points in the quarter already. 43, just 11 here for PC, as the Indians' defense turning into offense. They've had a ton of open drives to the basket. They've still hit some, not maybe as many open shots, but they're exerting their will right now.
They're getting layups. Pella Christian is not handling the ball very well. Indianola's defense has just been stifling and making them turn the ball over, and they're getting layups after it and then second chance baskets.
Well, and this is going to be one of those learning nights, I think, for PC, because they played for Indianola with a half, but I think you're going to show what good teams do, or at least those that have experience. Schurz, good cut to the basket for 2. Still a 13-point disadvantage here for the Eagles. The question is, what does PC do in these final 8 minutes plus?
Well, I think you got to take care of the basketball and keep pounding it inside, and just make sure that when Indianola misses, you just got to be one and done. They've given them too many second chance opportunities.
Indians are holding.
Yeah, they got the arrows, so they're going to get 2 shots to Pella Christian's none here if they're using their head.
It's CJ Keel. Keel, dribble, drive, kick it out. Kingery in the corner for 3. No. Schurz does not come up with the rebound. It's an offensive rebound and a 3. No for Indianola. 58-45, though. Indians pulling away here in the second half. Eagles a lot of work to do when we come back inside our Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth.
Moving somewhere new is fun and exciting, but moving all your stuff isn't so fun. At Bruxford's Decorating Center, we're moving to the new Bruxford's Home Center at 405 Truman Road at the end of the year. We don't want to take everything with us, so our moving sale is underway. Floor model furniture is 20% off with free delivery within 20 miles. Cash and carry furniture is 25% off, and all accessories are 20% off. Our moving sale ends December 24th at noon. Hurry in for the best selection at Bruxford's Decorating Center in Pella.
That's the sound of a new can of Benjamin Moore paint. That's the sound of a perfect front porch restoration with a few coats of the right stuff. That's the sound of your clients being so pleased with their contractor they send you a bottle of wine. That was the wine. Any job you have, covered. That's what you get with Benjamin Moore.
Stop in and see us at Lampert Lumber. Your project is our business.
Andrew Schneider and Win Veenstra coming to you on 92.1 or 94.3 KNIA. Old Habits Die Hard. Pella Norwalk over on that side. As Indianola will start with the basketball in a 58-45 lead. Dribble, drive, Riemeyer, no. Nico Schurz the rebound.
Yeah, good defensive stop there from Pella Christian.
Heisman.
Needs a basket or two. They could get back in this game.
58-45. There's Lucas Hull. Floater, no. Rebound eventually tipped over to Riemeyer. Some contact. 7 rebounds on the night for Caden Riemeyer. 58-45. Eagles have gotten a couple stops but have not been able to cash in here and keep the game particularly close. In case you missed it, presented by the Veterinarians, it was 44-41 Indians with about 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter, but Indianola continues their offensive onslaught with another 3 by Drew Kingery. Kingery knocks it in from downtown, and Lucas Hull is limping and slow to get up as Levi Skelhaus will come in for Hull, who's gotten physical here in the second half. 61-45, 19 points for Drew Kingery. So yeah, again, when Eagles got it within 3 in that third quarter, but the Indians have extended their lead.
Yeah, they had 2 nice defensive stops. That time they actually had a third one, but they threw the ball out to the wing, and that guy was standing wide open and knocked down the 3, and that's a backbreaker.
Skelhaus a shot fake over to Jaden Heisman. Heisman bounces it in for Schurz. Great lead pass in off the window for 2.
Yeah, that's a nice finish there. Good play. And that's the play I think Pella Christian needs a whole lot more of.
Nico Schurz gets the easy bucket on the great feed in from Heisman. 61-47 kick out. Riemeyer, corner 3, no. And looks like a 4th foul on Mulder on the rebound as he goes over the back of Cooper Naylor, who had better position on him on the box out. Andrew Schneider, Win Veenstra coming to you. Win will have a week off. There's the, oh boy, easy bread and butter there. Yeah, Riemeyer just caught the inbounds play, was wide open underneath the hoop.
Somebody went right to sleep there, but
good answer on the jumper from Jaden Heisman just inside the line for 2. It's 63-49 Indians, 6:22 remaining here in the fourth. Casey Glasscock with a night maybe of his young career as a sophomore, 16 points. In fact, this is a mix of seniors and sophomores here for the Indians. I think they're going to be a very solid team in this conference for years to come. Levi Skelhaus, same thing with their girls squad. Heisman, left wing 3. Yes, Jaden Heisman knocks it in from downtown. Eagles back within 11, 63-52. There's still time left.
Yeah, there's plenty of time left. Just needing some stops.
And now a beautiful pass, no look from Glasscock, and Riemeyer knocks it in for an easy layup.
Well, when you're pressing, if you're on offense, you want to make them pay with a layup, and that's exactly what they did.
Mulder gets tied up trying to work in the paint, and the arrow keeps it with the Eagles. Luke Mulder, Danny Andriga, Bennett Sprunk in for PC. This is a Capital Orthopedic Sports Medicine game reset. Indianola 65, Pella Christian 52, 5:37 remaining fourth quarter. Eric Mulder with 4 fouls. Coach Bohr giving some direction out there. See if we've got both coaches joining us, Brett Watson and J.D. Bohr, in our Cabinet Design Pella Radio postgame show. Here's Sprunk between the circles. He's had a nice night in double figures. 10 points for him. Here's Heisman, who's hit a couple of big threes. Dribble, drive, floater, off the window and in. This Jaden Heisman kid can play a little bit. All of the games I've seen him in, he just has really good body control in, and the best part about it, he has a shooter's touch.
Yeah, he certainly does. He gets that from his dad. So,
in the corner for 3, off the window, and in after it bounces off the rim. Riemeyer, a big second half. He's up to 17 points for the Indians. 68-54, 5:07 remaining. John Plants has won Hy-Vee Fuel Saver and 50 cents on his Hy-Vee Fuel Saver card with a Jaden Heisman three-pointer. Make sure you stop by the Pella Hy-Vee and register for your chance to win in the Hy-Vee Fuel Saver Radio 3-point challenge. A 30-second break, and we'll have more after this inside our Pella Real Estate Services broadcast booth.
Decorating the tree, holiday baking, and sledding with your family is so much more enjoyable without pain. Whether you are experiencing back pain, neck pain, dizziness, movement issues, or anything in between, Kinetic Edge is here to help. While we can't help you frost the cookies, we can get you back to functioning and feeling better in time for the holidays. Kinetic Edge offers physical therapy, occupational therapy, and pediatric therapy. Call us today at 621-0230 or visit kineticedgept.com.
Andrew Schneider and Win Veenstra on 94.3 KNIA. 68-54 in favor of the road team Indians, who are well on their way to a second win, barring a large comeback here by PC. On the floor for the Eagles, it's Skelhaus, Heisman, Andringa, Sprunk, and Mulder. For the Indians, it's CJ Keel, Cooper Naylor, Drew Kingery, Caden Riemeyer, and Casey Glasscock. Or excuse me, back in the game now, Charlie Wilmot with 4 fouls. Levi Skelhaus on the center court Eagle. Keel guarding him. Fakes a pass, kicks it in the corner. Heisman, step and go three! Yes! Jaden Heisman has 16 points, and he's trying to shoot the Eagles and keep them in this game.
Need to stop here and get a basket, get it under double digits. Got an opportunity to make it a game.
Keel out to Naylor.
Indianola's on a little bit more slow down here, looking for good baskets.
Here's Kingery. Kingery has plenty of those, and he'll make it look easy, cutting through the hole. Drew Kingery, 21 points.
Well, just such speed and body control there to make that play. Excellent job. Oh, that's bad.
And a slow, high pass is tipped and stolen by Wilmot. 6 Eagles turn over the half, and Wilmot goes coast to coast and lays it in.
Yeah, that's just too telegraphed. Again, that cross-court pass, you just can't make it.
Here's Bennett Sprunk, steps off the right side of the bricks, no good. Mulder through traffic will get 2 foul shots after the offensive rebound.
Got a way to stay with it and reach up and tip that ball to himself and then get his chance to attack the basket.
Well, the good news for Eagles fans is they've scored 12 points in this fourth quarter. The good news for Indianola is they've scored 14, and they've answered every time PC's tried to get something going here. And that's just a solid 4A team. They've got a lot of experience on the floor. First misses for Luke. Lucas Hull and Caden Van Dyke will check in. Eric Mulder will be in for his older brother Luke after this foul shot, assuming he makes it. It's a 15-point advantage. And again, this is an area where PC has really struggled out of the gates, win 46% from the free throw line through their first 3 games. And it's not been particularly better here tonight. Mulder will miss both. Rebound to the Mustangs, Riemeyer, who's got 8 rebounds and 17 points. Naylor nearly loses it on the dribble. Eagles extending a bit of a trap zone here, trying to grab the ball whenever they can. 3:37 remaining here in the fourth. 15-point Indians advantage. Riemeyer in the corner, wide open 3. Knocks it down. 20 points for Caden Riemeyer. And that one's a dagger. This one's, if it wasn't before, this one's officially over. Win. A lot here to do.
I'm really surprised that he took that shot because I thought they were trying to run all the clock off if they could. But I guess if they go in, you look like you're pretty smart.
Well, and they're wide open shots, and so they took it. And it's a Pella Hy-Vee timeout for Coach J.D. Bohr. On the Marion County Bank Radio scoreboard, Knoxville 19, Sheraton 7. That's a boys score. Pella 25-18 the half over Norwalk. We're about to get a Strawberry Cellular instant radio update. Drum roll, please. It's Pella 37, Norwalk 25. Not particularly shocking. The Dutch are a quarter away from a 4-0 start as they look to be at the top of the conference standings right there with number 1 in the state, BCG. Can't wait for those 2 teams to clash coming up just before the winter break. In girls action, Knoxville 52, Sheraton 42, a final. Greene County 34, PCM 27, Indianola 56, Pella Christian 33, Pella 58, Norwalk 46 on your Marion County Bank radio scoreboard. At Marion County Bank, they're serving you and building community across Marion County with their locations in Pella, Knoxville, and Melcher, Dallas. They're the area's financial leader. 75-57, 30-19 remaining here in the fourth. Indianola on top of Pella Christian, as we have a second to figure out what's happening here with the scores book and some substitutions. Still the starting five on the floor for the Indians: Keel, Naylor, Kingery, Wilmot, and Rehmeyer. Caden Van Dyke, Danny Andringa, Lucas Hull, and Levi Skellhaus. They're trying to see if Eric Mulder came in properly for his older brother Luke. And they've sorted it out in the book.
Well, he was waiting there on the free throw, so it's not like he didn't check in.
Oh, he checked in long before.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the scenario was there.
Here's Skellhaus off the inbounds. Lucas Hull. Back to Skellhaus, looking for Eric Mulder. Look at the triple team he'll shoot through there. That was a tough two. Mulder has 17 points despite foul trouble.
Yeah, and the nice thing there was he didn't bring the ball down.
Press break, but the putback shot is in. Wilmot missed a point-blank layup, got his own rebound, and the Indians will get the 2 points down the floor anyway. 77-59, 2:48 remaining here in the fourth. Lucas Hull drawing some attention here. And here's Skellhaus, pops up a long three. Yes! Levi Skellhaus back within 15, 2:37 remaining here in the fourth. Coach Moore wants that defensive intensity to ramp up even more than he's seeing right now. Indianola, 2.5 minutes in a 15-point lead. Skellhaus nearly did the NFL 2 feet in bounds, but he falls out of bounds trying to steal it.
Well, there's a case where Levi did recognize what Indianola was going to have to do with the ball, and he was almost ready for it, but it was a well-thrown ball that he couldn't come down with without going out of bounds.
Strawberry Cellular Instant Radio Update, Knoxville 47, Sheraton 14. And underneath, after a couple of passes, Caden Rehmeyer leads all scorers with 22 tonight.
Well, that was a nice play Indianola ran there, and Pella Christian was not ready for it.
Over the half-court line, here's Heisman. Catch and shoot. 3 on the mark. Jaden Heisman, 19 points, and he has hit a bunch from beyond the arc. He's hit 5 shots from downtown. I don't think he's missed from outside tonight. Wide open on the other side, press break. Drew Kingery up to 23.
Yeah, they're making him pay for the press with layups.
Skellhaus over the timeline, whips it right side. Hull a skip pass to Heisman. Out to Andringa. Eagles need to score quick here. Down 81-65. Lucas Hull misses a 3. Rehmeyer is a rebound away from a double-double. With a minute 22 remaining, a 16-point Indianola advantage. Well, on the road ahead, presented by Two Rivers Cooperative, as the Indians look to dribble off some clock here. CJ Keel. They had their games versus Des Moines North at Des Moines North canceled Monday, the boys and girls did. Trying to see when their next game is, and I believe it is on Friday for the Indians, and it is on Friday in Little Hawkeye Conference action. A good one with Dallas Center Grimes. 81-65, and then that'll be on 94.3 KNIA. And then for Pella Christian, coming up, they're off on a bye until next Friday at Grinnell. That game will be live on 92.1 KBLS. Wynn and I will have the call. There's an offensive foul called on Cooper Naylor. Just the fourth Indians turnover of the half, 81-65. Pella Christian at Grinnell. The road ahead presented by Two Rivers Cooperative. Stay on the road with top-tier detergent gasoline from the Car-Trol pumps at Pella and Otley. Two Rivers Cooperative celebrating 100 years as a local farmer-owned co-op. 81-65, Eagles down by 16, 44 seconds remaining. Skellhaus falls down, keeps his dribble going. Turnaround jumper, nice move, and a 13-footer is in for Skellhaus just inside the three-point line.
Well, he is really good at that fall away, and he just needs to take a little bit of ball control and get that cleanly.
81-67, and a foul call on Levi as he knocked into C.J. Keel. Eagles had one more to give.
That
was in the bonus, thank you. And a 1-and-1 coming for C.J. Keel.
And And the way they shoot free throws, I'd say there's a pretty good chance he's going to get 2 shots here.
You're trying to jinx it, aren't you?
Well, it didn't work.
No. They are 9-9 from the stripe tonight.
I mean, I'm really impressed with all of the Indianola players as far as their form and shooting is very good. Their defensive positioning is good. They go with reckless abandon after the ball and just play a nice basketball game.
Andriga gets the rebound. Eagles down by 15. Skelhaas pokes it out. Andriga knocks it away from his own teammate, but it will stay PC basketball with 15 seconds remaining. Eagles trail 82-67 to Indianola. Indians will improve to 2-2. Eagles will fall to 1-3. Indians 1-1 in the conference. Eagles 0-2. Skelhaas from the free throw line. Jumper is in. Double digits tonight for Levi Skelhaas. 82-69, and the Indians will hold. And they will get their first Little Hawkeye Conference win. Your final score, Indianola 82. The Pella Christian boys 69. Eagles are 1-3. Indians 2-2. Your Captain Zina Pella Radio postgame show after this.
Kids, no snowball fights in the living room.
Yeah. Come on.
Hey honey, since you're on the sled dogs, can you bring me back another blanket? Don't get stuck.